Okay.
Love y'all, boys.
Love you.
Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every freaking game, all right?
Love you, 17.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Oh, man, I'm making mistakes. Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Tommy, and next to me is my main man, Mikey, and this is the Mafia Sports Report. What is going on, Mr. Mikey? Happy Friday to you. We're here, man.
So excited it's Friday.
And it's so freaking hot.
And it's so freaking hot outside.
Freaking hot, man. I would not want to be like, a lawn guy right now or like a roofer or anything that has to do with working outside.
Dead. My yard is already dead.
Oh,
man.
It
went from green to dead in like 3 weeks.
It's like, bro, this is, I look, man, like I get people like warm weather, whatever, but this is not warm. This is blazing hot. I do not. I don't know how people live in Arizona and like hot states, South Florida. Like I could not do it. I would be melting. So thank God I'm here. But even here, it's like 100 degrees in Michigan. It's crazy, bro. I just want the winter to come back already. Give me the winter, please. Just give me that 5-degree temperature because I can't take it anymore. Today, just going to the store, bro. I wanted to get right back home, bro. It was so hot.
In Arizona, their house is air conditioned. Their garage is air conditioned where they park their car. They get into their air conditioned car. The only time they're in the heat is when they walk from their car to wherever they're going.
I would die, bro. I would definitely die if I lived there. It would not be good
103 the next 2 days.
Yeah,
before
that's
we get
brutal.
a small break at 99.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's brutal, man. That is
It doesn't get lower than 97 for the next 10 days.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I'll be in the. Thank God I'm a homebody. I will be inside, man. But anyways, that's the weather report here on the Mafia Sports Report. It's hot as hell,
right? However, it's also that dead time of year for the Bills.
Oh my God,
dead time. You know what that also means? We're getting one little bit closer. Next time we see the Bills, it's training camp time.
Yeah, it is soon, man. It will be here before. I mean, really, football will be back before you know it, man. Yeah. Like preseason will be here before you know it, and then we'll be talking about our, before you know it, we'll be doing our first Friday Night Lights pregame for their first regular season game. Can't wait for that. So but right now it's off-season talk. It's the brutal part of the off-season where there's really nothing going on. Nothing. And Brandon Beane, by the way, isn't helping anything that by not signing a goddamn person. He has done nothing.
It's like PFF shredded the Bills in their wide receiver rankings.
Right.
Like that's what people are talking about. PFF. Like even the big sports media people are talking about like PFF.
Right.
It's just like, okay.
I almost feel like, yeah.
You want to go around the league?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna say real quick. I almost feel like Brandon Beane just wants to like prove a point. I ain't gonna sign.
He does.
I ain't gonna sign nobody, motherfuckers. this team is gonna be the best team I've built. All right, and I ain't gonna sign nobody.
He did that as the first year when he said he didn't need to sign a quarterback, and then he came back and said, "Yep, I fucked up."
Well, let's hope that don't happen.
I don't want that again.
No.
Let's go around the league. The Patriots signed Stevenson to a $36 million deal.
Okay. I thought you were going to start with Patriots old coach Bill Belichick dating his 24-year-old cheerleader from the.
I say, hey, more power to you, brother.
I didn't. You know what's funny? I had no idea. I had no idea until my boss told me at the bar. And I said, "What? I had no idea."
I saw a meme and it said, "What do they even talk about?"
I know, right? And I guess that was the ring cam, right? The ring video. That was him at the 24-year-old's house.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, more. I will say, I will say he's getting that blue pill, boy.
Hey, good for him.
Go
Do you, coach?
Do you, coach?
Kansas City Governors signs. Did you see that the whole Chiefs and Royals are about to move out of, they're going to move. They're talking about going to actual Kansas.
Wow. Okay. No, I didn't. So
yeah,
moving out of Arrowhead?
Yeah. They're talking about because they wanted to do a new stadium and it got voted down by the people.
Wow, they would vote it down, even though you would figure they would,
they just brought 3 championships,
right?
Like,
you figure they
no, they voted
wow.
it. They turned they voted it down, so they're looking at moving.
All right, okay, wow,
going from Illinois to Kansas or Missouri,
well,
to Kansas, I think it is. Right,
that's the fans.
Aren't they in Missouri? Yeah, I think they're in Missouri. So they're going Missouri to Kansas. So, big deal. A lot of talk around Trevor Lawrence's deal.
Oh yeah, what's going on there?
They're talking about how do you give a guy that much money? He's making more money he's making the same amount of money as Joe Burrow, but more money than Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yeah, I actually was talking yesterday to one of the barbacks about that because I was like, man, how many games has he played? Like, how many games has he missed since he's coming to the league? Does anybody know, or can you pull that up? Because I could swear this guy has not had a full season, or he's kind of injury prone so far. That's one. But I could be wrong. But I could swear he's missed time. Or he's battled through some injuries. Not crazy, but
last year a bunch.
Yeah. And I don't think he's proven himself yet to get that kind of money. At least that's in my opinion. But Mikey, you know how this works, man. This is the salary cap thing. Every year goes up, and these quarterbacks are going to get paid. And I don't think Jacksonville wants to go through that again where they're searching for a quarterback. It took a while for them to get that guy. What was he, the number one quarterback coming out that year? So
he's been the number one quarterback since high school.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think they want to risk, and I don't think he's terrible. I just don't know if he's proven himself to get that kind of deal.
He played all 17 games his first 2 years, and then he played 16 games last year.
Okay, so not too bad. I was wrong.
He played injured all 3 years.
Okay, so he was battling through injuries, but he played through them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but he still played through them. Okay.
So his rookie year, he had 12 he had 3,600 yards, 12 TDs, 17 picks, but that was with Urban Meyer. So everyone just kind of
Urban Meyer was a boy. Yeah. I total disaster. That was an awful.
Yeah, and then he went 9-8 and made the playoffs. He had 4,100 yards with 25 and 8 picks. Then last year he went 8-8 with 4,000 yards, 21 TDs to 14 picks. And he sits around.
Would you say they've built the team the right way for him though?
Yes, because they've got him receivers, they got him offensive line, they got him running game. Like, he hasn't lifted the team yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're not winning because of him.
Yeah, I agree with that. He made some good throws against us, but I didn't find him when we played him. I didn't find him like nothing popped when I saw him play against us. Like nothing I didn't think he was dynamic. You know what I mean? he didn't scare me. You know what I mean? Nothing he did on the field was like, wow, that guy is. I see why, they're going to wind up paying him big money. And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback once again. So I hope no Jacksonville Jaguar fans because hey, to be honest with you, Jacksonville's kind of owned us, right? But I just haven't seen it from him yet. But he's had some good games and he's had some decent stats. I feel like I feel like Jacksonville kind of like doesn't want to take a chance again. They got to pay him
more than Pat and Josh and Lamar.
They will be due though. Yeah, but they're
Hurts and
that's crazy. I agree.
The only one who's not making more than is Joey Burrow. He's on the same page as Joey.
Yeah, but I think I think just like every deal, when we're like, damn, I think eventually we'll get surpassed by the next guy. It's just the way.
In 2 years, Josh is going to get broken off.
Yeah. Now I want what do you think about that? Do you think Josh should do the Brady kind of thing? I'm not saying like not get paid, but you think if he's smart, he's like, yo, like I'm going to take a little bit less so we can start. Like, let's say we haven't won a Super Bowl by then. I'm just saying hypothetically. Let's say we don't win one, and his deal's coming up, and they're like,
how dare you?
Like we could
not even in the ether.
58. Jesus.
Can't put that in the ether.
But I'm just saying. I know, but I have to bring it up. I'm just saying. Let's just say, anyways, buy his contract, right? When we're gonna have to extend him. Yep. Like clearly, he understands how this is a business, how the salary cap works. Does he play it smart and say, look, like I understand how this works. If I take a little bit less, you can get some better talent around me, so we can get this done. Or does he just say, fuck it, I'm everything to this team. I'm taking everything. You know what I mean?
No.
Pay me.
No. Josh is a farm guy, dude. He's a farm boy. Josh is it's gonna read as he is a 60 million AAV. But when you break out guarantees and all that stuff, it's going to be money that can be moved around. Right. It's not going to be Patrick Mahomes has a $550 million, contract. That it just allows them to play with the money and move it around, do whatever they need to do to where it doesn't cripple the cap. They'll do the same thing for Josh. Josh will get a large chunk. It'll probably be like a 7-year deal extension that'll run until he's retired, and he'll get, $350 million more, and they'll be able to move it around and do all kinds of stuff they've been doing. So, I don't think he's going to look to, give me $65 million a year or anything like that. I just don't.
Has a player, I don't know if it's legal or not, but has a player ever been able to, let's say an owner wanted to give like a piece of the stake to the team?
No, they tried to do that with Tom Brady recently, and the NFL blocked it and said no. The player cannot.
I would. You know what? I think the NFL should stop. I think the NFL should reconsider that. Like, I'm just saying maybe a certain percent. I'm not, because I understand that can get tricky with the cap, but maybe a certain percent. Like, you can't go past that percent. And not every owner, by the way, is going to be willing to do that.
Jerry Jones put the piece of the parking into DeMarcus Ware's contract.
Okay, and the NFL said that's cool.
I think that's the only time it's ever happened. So I wonder if he got smacked down for it when he did it. And so because no one's ever done it since.
See, I think that's a brilliant move. Like if I'm like if you there's a loophole like that. Let's say okay, we can't give you a piece of the team, but we can give you a concession or sales, jersey sales. I would be up for that because that's a lot of fucking money in that. Like if I'm a player, like I'm like, okay, for the rest of my, whatever.
If I remember correctly, DeMarcus Ware didn't get that money until after he retired because he couldn't get it while he was in the league. But it was in his contract for like 5 years after he got like 2% of the parking fee.
Which is still, but think about it too, right? He retired and he has all that money.
Right.
Like,
that's like crazy amounts of money is what they can.
Yeah.
That means Tua gets 58. Listen, this has been another week. No Tua contract. Makes you wonder, are they going to sign him?
God, it's such a risky move, man. That is the riskiest move right there. I think because he's a good core. Like, I'm not going to hate on Tua. Tua, he has talent. Like he can but I don't. It's the injury problem, and I don't think he's. I also think he's in a good system with good players
I think
surrounding
he's a
him.
very good system quarterback.
Right? Yeah, I agree with that too. But I think the injuries are a big red flag for me when it comes to that contract, and I think, what if McDaniels goes and it's a new offensive coordinator comes in or new coach and wants him to do different types of things that he can't do or is not comfortable? Then you got a problem. Then you got a problem on your hands.
They talked about Tua being the passing king last year, but he also threw a bunch of 12 to 15-yard routes in the Tyreek and Waddle and A-Chain, and all these guys took off and ran for 60. Now, I would love for that to happen for Josh. Patrick had a bunch of that when he had Tyreek. So, it happens. But, I need to see Tua, become a little bit more clutch.
Yeah.
Because down the
big
stretch,
moments. Yep.
Down the stretch, he tends to crumble. The team tends to crumble, but I don't feel like he's helping it. And I'd like to see him make more off-platform plays. If you're going to pay him $50+ million a year, I need to see him do more than just be that guy. And it's the same thing with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy makes some great plays. He's surrounded by elite talent, but at some point when you get your money, that talent's going to go away.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think Brock Purdy has better fundamentals and is structured better than Tua. It's the processing. I think Tua's an elite processor. He processes quick, so he gets the ball out quick.
Yeah, that's their whole plan. Right, that's their whole plan. It's timing.
It'll be interesting to see what Brock Purdy, if he can get his processing faster.
Purdy's interesting. I mean, very interesting. Give me one moment. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, because you don't know if it's him or if it's around him, because I watched Jimmy G take that same team to the Super Bowl, and Jimmy G isn't good.
No, and Jimmy G just got signed, by the way.
Where'd he go?
God, where did I see that? Jimmy G went to look that up. I could swear he went. Where did he go? L.A. The Rams, I want to say. I'm pretty sure the Rams.
Let's see. Where is he now?
Unless it was false information, which is very possible. I can swear I heard that somewhere today. Yes, Jason, smash that like button. You know what? While he's looking that up, I'll say it. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell because I always forget to tell you.
Yes. Yeah, me too, Ed. As a Bills fan, I hope they give him 58, 60. Let him be the first $60 million quarterback. I'm good with that.
So that was I right or am I wrong?
I don't know. I can't find anything on him.
Let me look. I'll look on Twitter. Why? So I'll do the looking here. Jimmy G. I could swear it's the Rams, bro. Rams lost AD and gained Jimmy G.
Oh, it's show him in a Rams jersey.
Yeah, so Rams.
Okay.
Yep. You signed with the Rams. So Jimmy G with the Rams.
So
I don't. You know what?
So he took Wentz's spot because Wentz is now a chief.
I think it's a good signing for the Rams as a backup because Stafford. Stafford.
You never know with him. Never know with him.
He's a tough guy, but man, he's on the down end of his career, and he's taken some brutal hits throughout his career. So he just can't really stay healthy like he once did.
I got two more for around the league. One, Bakhtiari, the left tackle for the Packers, who've been hurt for like the last 4 years, says he wants to play a couple more years.
Okay.
So I wonder where he'll end up. It'll be interesting. And then the second one is, did you see that they put new rules around comeback player of the year now? It can't just be because the guy sucked the year before. He has to be overcoming something.
Oh no, I didn't see that. So they changed, they flipped it up, they switched it up a little bit. Okay.
After DeMar, because every year it's been a guy, going back. Like Alex Smith didn't have a great year the year he came back. The fact that he came back after almost losing his leg, he won it.
Life really, because he had he almost died.
Like he almost lost his leg. Yeah, he almost lost his leg and he almost died. And then and he didn't play very good when he came back and got benched quick. But he still won it because he came back. And then after DeMar came back, he didn't play a bunch, but neither did Flacco. And Flacco won it. It was crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm glad they at least they're looking, reevaluating that or switching it up a little bit with that. It's good. Hey,
Ed,
appreciate that.
thank you. Thanks for casting through the dead part of the season. It's always the hardest part too.
It is, man. This month is going to be tough. But we do got that thing that me and Mikey are going to be working on that and we're going to make, Mikey, I decided we're going to do like a 53. We're going to do a 53 to make it a little bit more fun. We're going to do a 53-man roster of, in case you guys haven't heard yet. Yeah, it's going to be a super team, right? We're going to call it it's like a Madden super team. So pretend this is going to be your Madden Buffalo Bill super team, and it's going to be past and present Buffalo Bill players, and we're just going to build a 53-man roster, and we'll see if you guys agree or don't agree, or players that aren't making a team. We'll even do the coach. We'll see. Obviously, I know Mike. It's not going to be determined for me, but it won't be Rex Ryan, all right?
Jimmy Dermott will not be my coach. Don't you worry about that. Even though he is the winningest coach in Buffalo Bills.
He is. I know. I get it. Yeah. So, Mikey, is that it for the news? Oh, but you didn't even mention the gay Buffalo joining up with the Gay Flag Football League.
What?
Yeah, see, Mikey missed that. So I talked about that Thursday. So Buffalo now has joined up with the Gay Flag Football League. I didn't even know there was such a thing. So it made the news.
The Pride thing, because it's like Pride Month.
No, it's a real football league, flag football league that is across. And supposedly they got like I don't know, 200 teams across the U.S. and Canada. And
nice.
But anyways, long story short, people were like poking at us, right? Like, of course. And I'm like, I gotta look this up because I had no idea. So I looked it up. I'm like, is Buffalo starting this? And bro, there's teams in every state. So I'm like, But anyway, so yeah, Buffalo has, and man, that is interesting. That's gonna be interesting that they did that. So yeah, so but anyways, yeah. So Thursday show. By the way, real quick before we move on. So Thursday show. I did change the name. I did because I wanted something different. It's a daytime show. It used to be Thursday night uncensored, which was I like it. It was night, but I can't do. It was late night, but I can't do it because I got work Thursday night. So lunch break. So Tommy's lunch break podcast. I thought it was perfect. It's a lunch break for people because a lot of people are on lunch or here and at work or whatever. So that's a new name. I'm sticking with it. It's still going to be an uncensored. It's going to be a show about pretty much everything, right? We talked about Mikey, aliens and relationships and Justin Timberlake. We covered everything. 2 hours this past Thursday.
Did you see Justin's eyes? That dude was soft.
He drank. Okay, so funny. I thought, like, his eyes were he drank a lot. Man. He had one drink, and it was it's like it's a 007. It's made from that movie. Like the guy came up with this what was it? A martini or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's mixed with like a bunch of different liquor, and it winds up being like 4 ounces of like hardcore liquor. So he got like one drink and it trashed him. I guess.
What about his toxicology report where it had like Molly and a bunch of other stuff in his system?
Who?
Because he refused to take a breathalyzer, so they went and took his blood.
Look, man, that guy, as far as I know, like I've never heard of Justin. I never heard of that guy getting in trouble ever in the past. Like, we're all gonna make mistakes, and I talked about on my Thursday show. Who cares?
Scotty?
Like, no harm, no foul. He didn't hurt nobody, right? Thank God. Yep. He's gonna learn from this. He's a smart individual. Right, he seems smart, and I made a mistake. That's all. So let it go, let it ride. But it's the way it is. It's the news. He's in the entertainment business, and unfortunately, when you're a star or an athlete, by the way, athletes. There was an athlete, a guy who played for the Browns. Mikey was in Key West over the weekend and crashed his car into a bar.
End.
And they cut him. He was on the practice squad. So. You will make the news regardless if you're even on the motherfucking practice squad.
Yeah, he was.
Right? So if you're an entertainer, sports player, your name is something, you will be out there. That's what comes with the price of fame,
Yeah. Hey, like, dude, I saw the guy's mugshot and he looked trash.
He did.
I'm like,
He did.
yo,
But that
he's
is what
having a
it
good
is.
time. Well,
Having a good time. Blew the stop sign and oopsie.
Yep. Oops. The big red thing that says stop. You should stop for that.
I did like a lot of memes on Twitter.
God.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, the memes are great. ESPN did rankings of the offseason.
Okay.
Do you want to hear what Buffalo got?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
A C+. Their biggest move, trading Stephon Diggs. The move that they liked the most, re-signing Deion Dawkins. The move they disliked, not acquiring a higher quality veteran receiver.
Wouldn't you consider though a veteran like a Claypool or MVS? I mean, those are veterans.
They say a higher quality. They don't find them
higher quality. Yeah, well. You know what? I'll be honest with you. At this point, I don't think the Bills are going to wind up getting another receiver. I think Brandon Beane is content, and I'm content. I'll be honest with you guys. I think would I've like Michael Thomas, sure, but I think right now, I like it. I like what we got. I'm curious how training camp goes. Those guys are still free agents for a reason. If let's say Claypool doesn't work out, let's say training camp goes bad, preseason, whatever, and he gets cut, they can still bring Thomas in if he's still available and work him out, whatever. So I'm not too concerned. I just think right now I would like other positions to come in.
Yeah,
like a linebacker or cornerback, an edge, like a veteran edge that's still out there.
I'm so worried about our edge. Like, I think we know what AJ is. He's anywhere from a 6.5 to 8 sack guy a year. We know what Groot is. He's gonna be fantastic against the run. He's gonna get anywhere from 6 to 10 sacks a year. We don't know what Vaughn is. We're hoping Vaughn turns the corner because he started looking better at the end of last year. We hope he's coming back, and and is anywhere from a 8.5 to a 12.5 sack guy. And then we don't who's that fourth guy. We have Smoot, we have Solomon, we have some of these other guys. So it's like I would love to have a more legit.
Yeah, you saw. I think I texted you over there. I don't know what day it was, but like SI came out with a small article that said like we should try to trade for Joey Bosa from Chargers. I would be down for it, but then you got to work his contract in, right? Like you got to figure that part out.
I love Scott.
But I would definitely dig him.
I love Scott's. Yeah, I would be okay with. And you know what it was is they were sending a 3rd and a 5th for Bosa. They said to figure out how to. I would do it right now because we have 2 seconds.
I would definitely, as long as you can work it out with his contract, I figure it out, which I'm sure Brandon Beane could. He is like that is a player that's still young. He's still dynamic when healthy. If he can stay healthy, and boy, he would change the game for us. He
would change that room.
That's what I mean.
Then
instantly,
and Vaughn hit.
Yeah, instantly.
Woo.
Like instantly.
Your starters are Vaughn and Bosa, and then your rotation guys are Epinesa and Groot.
Yeah.
Like that's a different type.
And then when Vaughn goes, you still got Bosa
on the other side of Groot.
And then you got Groot. I mean, like, dude, like I would definitely be, if I'm Brandon Beane and they are kind of shopping him or at least listening to phone calls, taking phone calls, I would definitely be on that phone just saying, hey, just kind of a feeling it out. What would you kind of take? What would you be willing to take for Joey Bosa? Man, dude, that would be huge for the Buffalo Bills defense. I mean, man, that is a needle moving move, 100%. Will it happen? Probably not, because
it's a high risk, high reward move,
right?
Because of the contract that comes with him. Scott comes in and says A+ is what he's given the Bills offseason. Don't dish the 17-0, dish the 17-0 Super Bowl team. They'll be sorry. Allen's gonna win MVPs and throw for 5,045 touchdowns. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Roy's coming in saying Epinesa's gonna have 11 sacks, Vaughn's gonna have 10 sacks, Groot's gonna have 7 sacks.
11 from Epinesa.
Ooh,
that would be like, man, I would almost be like a.
That'd be a big jump.
that dude would be on like a cover of a magazine. I'll be honest with you, that's a huge jump for Epinesa. If he has that kind of a bounce, like a 11 sacks.
If he has more playing time, because he just remember he's gotten 6.5 in small amount of playing time. If he gets more playing time, maybe he does get closer to that number.
Maybe that's a hell of a man. That is a
big jump. That's what we could use.
A big jump.
That's what we could use.
Jump.
We could use.
But hey, like you said, if he got more playing time, but man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ed comes in and says, I'm more concerned about the safety room than I am. Actually, I'm less concerned about the safety room this year than I have been in the last couple of years because we have depth. We don't have the elite talent we've had, but Hyde and Poyer weren't at that elite level, the last year or two either. So,
yeah,
they've been slowing down little by little. I like what we got back
I think with the addition of Edwards, I believe,
Edwards and Bishop.
Yeah, I think that was like what I think, like for me at least, okay, we're going to be all right in the safety room. Because before him, I was like, I was a little concerned. Because remember, I was telling you, I think we needed like a veteran safety back there, like because we don't know if Hyde was coming back. We knew Poyer already left. But with that addition, I'm not saying he's the almighty safety, but he's a Super Bowl winning safety, and he's made plays throughout his career. So yeah, I'm not concerned about that. We have that. That's veteran
hilarious,
presence
Jason. That stupid, thing.
Oh, the Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
There's always something, right?
Spit on that thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that. Actually, I'm more concerned about the cornerback room than I am the safety room because outside of our top three,
yes,
I don't know what we got.
Very concerned.
And that's saying that we're banking on Elam being a
stepping up
to
right.
a average starter,
one day, right?
Yeah.
Right. And not only that there's going to be no injuries, which is often the case when it comes to Christian Benford, which I like, but he does have injuries.
And Rasul gets
who's not young either. Like I'm not saying he's old, but he's not a right. So, and there's a reason why I think they didn't sign him long term. Like I think they gave him a little extension, but it wasn't a crazy extension.
Yeah, they just gave him more money this year. That's all.
Yeah.
The Bills dynasty starts 2024. 3 of the next 5. I love it, Scott. I love it. Give me one, and if we get more, I'll be happy. I just want one. Tommy, I believe Epinesa can get 11 sacks more than I believe aliens have ever visited.
Well, they have, buddy. They have.
And Epinesa is going to get you 11. Mark Roy's word.
I hope. Listen, I hope.
The offensive line is the concern to Robert. Epinesa may have 2 or 3 interceptions. What's your concern with the offensive line? Is that Mitch Morris is gone and now it's McGovern, and we're now filling in 2 spots? Where's the concern? Because the offensive line was the best it's been last year. And we have 4 of the 5 returning, but only 3 of the 5 in the regular spots.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Is it the left guard? Is that the concern?
I think Robert asked me that on Thursday, or somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think somebody was saying, do I think that the offensive line has gotten softer or something like that? That was the question. I think. So. But and I said the same thing. I feel like
Edwards brings more of a
the only question I would say is the Edwards thing. That's the only, and I'm not even quite like. This is what I don't like. This is the only thing I don't like is that whole movement of the line, because if Edwards doesn't work out,
they do have Collins.
No, I get it, but I hate the whole musical chair lineman thing. I can't stand it. Like last year, we didn't have to do that. Like we stuck with it. It worked. It was great. I don't know about great, but it was really, really good. And now we gotten to this point where it's like, okay, we have to let the guy go. We have to let the old man, walk go into another team, which I understand. And McGovern has to shift over to center, which I'm comfortable with because McGovern has that experience. But that guard,
where he's most comfortable is at center.
And I'm cool with it. But my problem is this, and hear me out. Deion Dawkins, and we've talked about this,
has a rotating door at left guard.
Has had and it's like, dude, Like, I feel so bad because you got to get familiar with the guy next to you. Like the best offensive line in the league have usually the same guys year after year. They build that chemistry. It's like a chain link. You know, if one link's fucked up, they're all fucked up. And I don't know what Edwards will bring to the table. And if he brings that nastiness, like you said, and he fills right in, no problem, then we're good to go. But if there's a problem and he doesn't fill in, or he gets hurt, let's say, and we go and get the next guy, and he, now we're back to this, or now we got to shift McGovern back because, this guy's not working out. And now we got to put Van Pran, who's a rookie, at center. You get where I'm going with this.
I don't think they're going to do that. And
that's my worry.
Because I think they're going to either put in, if Edwards doesn't work out, they'll try Collins there. If Collins doesn't work out, they'll try Alec Anderson or Van Pran.
Yeah, I get
one
it.
Of these other guys. I trust that Cromer will be able to figure out something. And Edwards is also a Super Bowl champion left guard.
No, yeah.
He was on that Rams team that won the Super Bowl, and he got hurt, so he didn't play the next year. And then he backed up last year, and when he went in, he was fine because he did fill in.
And I like Collins. Obviously he's experienced. Been around for a while.
Collins makes the roster because they said, I don't think he's a tackle anymore. I think he's a guard only because they said he was getting used at tackle during OTAs.
You don't need him
but
at tackle.
It's hard at OTAs too because you have no pads on. It's hard to gauge.
Absolutely, you can't. And you can't play nasty how you want. Certain players, man, like they even said, it's different when you put the pads on, man. It's just
Torrance was that guy. Cromer didn't think Torrance was going to be anything. He started him, put him in there from day one to prove a point to Brandon Beane. And then he just could take him out because he was so good. He's like, the kid proved me wrong. He said he put pads on.
He's only going to get better. Yeah, that dude's only going to get better, man, as he continues to learn his craft, get better at his craft, man.
But do you think Collins makes the team?
I mean, he's a vet, man. I mean, it depends how camp goes. I like him, man. I mean, you have to have that losing good, I think he's still a quality guard. I definitely would keep him around because God forbid if Edwards gets, and then we're doing this rotation thing, Alec Anderson, we don't know if I like what I saw from his little brief time when he was out there. Man,
but he was out there against third teamers, not first teamers.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I think he does make the team.
Okay.
Just because of that fact. I wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah, dude. I just right now, like I said, we don't know how that Edwards is going to fill in that spot right now. We're hoping it works out, and I believe it will. But other than that, though, my point was I think the offensive line will be just fine if Edwards can play that spot and play it well, because Spencer Brown, I believe, is going to come back and play even better than he did last year. Now that he gets work even again with Cromer again, get better at his craft.
Extension this offseason.
Exactly. He's going to be working for it. He is. Deion Dawkins, I think Deion Dawkins, he has to take on that role now as the leader of that offensive line. I think he's going to be motivated to do that as well. Be the captain, per se, on the line, take over the Mitch Morse role, because he's been there forever. It's time. Yeah. It is time, Dawkins, for you to be that guy.
Granger, Robert says he hopes Granger stands out and becomes a starter. I think Granger's only chance of starting is if he wins the guard job. I think they are dead set on giving McGovern this year to be the center. I don't think they're going to,
seems that way.
Unless McGovern just completely shits the bed or gets hurt. I don't see Granger being the center this year. If he's gonna make the roster, it's gonna be a guard.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think McGovern would have to be the
starter.
Get hurt in camp, or just really get outplayed by Van Pran.
Yeah, and outplayed so bad that you can't put him at center. You have to move him back. The experiment went so horribly wrong.
Right. Bad snaps, low snap, whatever it could be. Just getting blown up.
No. And I don't see that. I don't think Cromer makes that type of mistake.
No. And he's a rookie center. That'd be a risky move too, man. Like Van Pran would have to be excellent in camp because you got to remember, center is that's a big time position.
He's the one calling all the things.
Yeah, it's a big time position.
And
man.
McGovern was actually helping Morris last year with calling the protection.
Yeah,
they were talking about it, so it's not like it's new to him either. Okay, he meant put Granger guard. So Granger is going to start. His primary position will be center, but they're gonna give him some run at guard too in camp. They've already said it. Practice squad for Shorter, but the Giants pick him up. Claypool will take his spot. I don't think Shorter has a shot. I think his best shot is.
It's not looking good, man. Once again, another guy would need to really just stand out and just stand out
and catch the ball. That's
and be dynamic. Like out there balling, boy. I think Claypool is going to make the team. I just do. I do.
I think it's going to be, Samuel. It's going to be Shakir. It's going to be Coleman. It's going to be Hollins. And I think Hollins is going to play a bigger role on offense than a lot of people think. And then I think it's going to be Claypool. And I think they're going to keep 6. And I think, am I missing anybody?
MVS. Did you mention MVS?
MVS. And I think it's going to come down to MVS or Handler.
Yeah.
They may keep 7 and keep Handler if he's going to be their punt returner.
Yeah, they may. It's going to be interesting. It's very interesting.
I like it. They like his physique. Yes, they do. Because he's rocked up like AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. Except he just isn't that guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So Mikey,
before we move into that,
go ahead.
You want to hear what Kansas City got for their offseason?
Yeah, go for it.
An A-.
Damn. All right.
Biggest move, trading Jerry Sneed. They traded their best corner.
Mm-hmm.
The move they liked most, signing Hollywood Brown for $7 million. The move they disliked, the rolling guarantee and Chris Jones's contract. Listen, the best move is they re-signed Chris Jones.
Right, absolutely.
Record. The worst move is they traded L'Jarius Sneed, their best corner, who was the lockdown corner for them.
Yeah, so, I agree with that.
And it's funny they gave him with all the offseasons because they've also had a bunch of arrests. We don't know what their wide receiver room is going to look like. It's interesting that, the Kansas City love.
I am very surprised that they have not made any move on Rice yet.
Yeah.
Like they've done nothing. They have not. Matter of fact, they've been super quiet on the whole issue. Like I've heard nothing. Not that I give two shits. If you want to keep him. But man, that guy's in the world. Like he has like a couple cases now pending. So interesting to see what they wind up doing with him. But he's still on the team. Yeah. So they still must really think he's worth keeping. With all the drama surrounding him, I wouldn't. I don't think I think he was okay last year. I definitely think, now that they got their draft pick and if that's the guy they really think's going to be the guy, I would definitely let Rice go. But that's me. I don't think he's worth keeping. But whatever.
We'll see how that goes out. Miami Dolphins got an A-. Their biggest move, losing Christian Wilkins and Robert Hunt.
Yeah, that was a huge move. Yeah, huge loss.
They got cornerback Kendall Fuller, and then they signed Jordan Brooks from Seattle. They lost their best defensive lineman and best offensive lineman.
And Van Ginkel, and one of their better rotating guys.
Got an A-. Okay.
Who's a CSPN, of course, right?
Yes. The Patriots got an A-.
The Bills. What do we get? A C-?
Yeah.
It's still passing. I mean,
this is, the Jets got a B+. The biggest move, trading for Hassan Reddick, who hasn't signed yet. The move they like, signing Tyron Smith. If Tyron Smith plays all year long, that's a fantastic move for the Jets.
Yeah.
He's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The move they disliked, retaining offensive coordinator Nate Hackett. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. The Bengals got to be, the Ravens got to be, Pittsburgh got to be. They signed Russell Wilson and traded for Justin Fields, yet they got to be. They traded away Deontay Johnson and Dante Jackson, and they got to be.
You see the new Madden trailer, they got Justin Fields returning a kick.
Yeah, I just see that.
Jeez, Justin Fields. What has your career come to?
Right? Like, yikes.
The Madden thinks you're a kick returner.
Well, remember that was one of the things they talked about at the beginning, was that was like never going to happen, and then Madden put him returning.
Right. It's like, all right, man. We don't feel like you're ever going to probably be starting quarterback.
Anyways, that's my around the league. I'll let you jump into whatever you had.
No, it's good, man. I didn't even know there was that much going around the league. So it's great. So the other day on YouTube, just kind of floating through YouTube, NFL had a every team's Mount Rushmore. And by the way, you should go watch it because it's every team. It's not just like Buffalo,
I agree, Robert.
every team. So it is interesting to watch to see what they feel, is every team's Mount Rushmore. So what we got is pretty much what most of you probably are thinking. It's Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, and O.J. Simpson. Now, we were talking a little bit before we went live. Do you agree with that? As of now, this is, by the way, guys, I know some of you guys will be like, Josh Allen. I'm talking about right now, because you can't, for me, I get it. I get Josh Allen. I understand that. He is a better quarterback than Jim Kelly as far as, like, right, the tools and all that. And, like, he will break all the records when it's all said and done. But he hasn't been to a Super Bowl, not one yet, right? Now, it's still early in his career, but I'm just saying, as of now, you can't. Yeah, if he gets to a Super Bowl, then yeah. If he wins, definitely. But as of right now, Mikey, do you agree with that?
No.
Ooh, okay.
I told you that off, and I'm leaning more towards Josh.
I thought maybe you were like, eh.
And
right,
you know what? If you want to make Super Bowl the difference, then you got to drop OJ.
No, well, OJ. Well, I'm talking about just because I'm talking about quarterback. Like, I'm not talking about just. I'm talking about.
Why can't you put Jim and Josh on the?
Well, because there's only so many you could put on the mountain. Well, you mean take somebody else off?
Yeah.
Like take like OJ off? I want it. Like, okay, I get what you're saying. Like, so here's my deal. I think Jim Kelly. It wasn't just. It was the 4 straight Super Bowls won. He turned his team around. We were terrible. Okay, and I understand Josh Allen did the same thing, but. I don't know. I just think Jim Kelly is a little underlooked by you. I think Jim Kelly.
No, I would leave him on. I'm saying I think Jim Kelly.
Yeah, and I think O.J. Simpson earned it. Man, he 14. I mean, football was a brutal back then. It was just different, right? Like the rules were different.
We talked about this though. He had a 5-year.
Yeah, I get it. But dynamic, electric,
but he's a 5-year
record breaking. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. But man, I don't know. I think OJ was different. Like, I don't know for instance, we talked about this running backs that came through Buffalo. Thurman Thomas is the all-time running back, right? All-time for the Buffalo Bills. But I think it was OJ. What is OJ on that list? I don't think even OJ's top 5. Is he? What is OJ on the all-time? Because I think he's not.
Our all-time?
Yeah, I think I looked the other day, and I don't think he is.
Pull her up, aren't you?
Yeah, that isn't interesting though, because I don't. You know what? You may have a point there, Mikey, because I don't think OJ is even top 5. I could be wrong.
I don't know if OJ made our top 5.
No, I'm talking about top 5 running backs of all time in Buffalo. I'm not ours. I'm talking about career yards.
Oh, you're talking about just yards? Okay.
Yeah, yards. Like what? Like throughout his career in Buffalo, like. What's the all-time Buffalo Bills running backs in order? At least top 5. Let's say top 5. I don't think he's there because he didn't, like you said. I don't think he was here long enough to get that.
He was here like 8 years. So let's see. Career rushing records. OJ's number 2 with 10,000.
Wow, I was wrong. Okay.
Number 3. Josh Allen's number 7.
Well, what does that tell you? We haven't had a lot of good. But I feel like we have. We just don't stick with them long enough. Cookie. What's Cookie?
Cookie is number 12.
Damn, I was way wrong on OJ. Jeez, I thought he was out of
Cookie.
top 5.
Cookie only had a 3-year career with Buffalo.
Wow,
he had 3,000
that was real
yards.
short.
He was a fullback, and he had three 1,000-yard seasons. and 31 touchdowns in 3 years.
You know what's crazy though? Then if you think about it, like, so Fred Jackson's what? What was him? What was he on that list?
He's number 3 with 5,600 yards.
That's what does that tell you about everyone? Everyone
number
that's come. What does that tell you about all the dynamic? And I gotta say, we've had some dynamic running backs since, but they don't last long. Think about it, Shady McCoy, because we got towards the tail end.
Going to pass Shady this year.
Yes, he is.
200
right?
yards and he passes Shady.
Travis Henry, we talked about before we came here. I thought was underrated, but he just didn't last long.
He's number 5.
Right, beast mode. We traded away.
Josh might pass Travis Henry this year to go to number 5 all time.
Willis McGahee.
We got rid of number 9 at 3,300.
Devin Spiller.
Devin Singletary, number 11, 3,100.
Wow. See all the hate. And that
James Cook is already at number 20.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. That tells you a lot. That's kind of like our tight ends. Like we have a
Austin Kincaid broke all the records the first year.
So, but Thurman is leading the pack, right? Thurman by far is leading the pack.
Just shy of 12,000.
Yeah. He was on.
So
he definitely
he also
belongs.
has 10 more catches.
You know what?
I might put Josh over OJ.
Yeah, but man, that is Josh so rough for me. I don't know. I don't know.
3 all times in passing already. He's number 7 in rushing.
I get it. I mean, I'm with you, but man, that is so tough, man. That is such a. You know what? That is a great debate for people to have. Like that's something I think. What does the chat think? Like, does chat? What do you think? Like, do you think Josh Allen, like what Mikey's saying, should we like OJ?
Would you push OJ off the Mount Rushmore for Josh?
Right, and everybody else stays. Jim Kelly, Thurman, obviously Bruce Smith stay. Like that is without a doubt.
He's the number 1,
right?
Greatest Buffalo Bill of all time.
Right, of all time. Like without a question. Like without a question. Unless Josh Allen wins Super Bowl here. But Thurman Thomas for sure because everything he did in the Super Bowls as well.
Number 1 in rushing and
number 1 in rushing.
He was dynamic. Top 10 in receiving too.
He was dynamic. He was a dynamic running back. Yeah, he was a really good running back.
Receiving leaders. Let me see.
We used him like you said, receiving and rushing. He did
Thurman's
a lot,
number 7 in receiving.
There you go.
Stephon Diggs is number 4 all time. In 4 years, 4 years be the number 4.
But I also think the passing game's a lot different, Mikey.
Yeah,
It's a lot different. Also, one more game. Like you gotta also like I feel bad for some of these players because the addition to the extra game, the play is different because it's a pass happy league now.
Andre Reed had 13,000 yards.
Who?
Andre Reed.
Andre Reed.
Yards.
Yeah, dude, he was a beast. But Eric Moulds had what? Almost 10,000. He had 9,000 with Buffalo.
He had 9,096 with Buffalo.
Yeah. Yep. He was 5 yards short of 5 yards short of 10,000 in his career. 9,995. Well, that's wild.
I truly believe Stephon Diggs, if he would have stayed, had a chance to rival Eric Moulds' numbers.
Depending on how long he stayed. What did he finish with?
Marv Levy over. They put Marv on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I think they're just talking about players. I think they're just talking about players, man.
OJ's the only one to eclipse 2014 games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Like Roy, that's where. That's also
game back then. It's also a different.
It was. It just like that's a great point, Mikey. It was a lot more run heavy. Like now we were just talking about it's a pass heavy league.
The defense wasn't as big and as fast as it is today.
Well, also OJ, there wasn't running backs quite like OJ either.
Yeah.
Like OJ Simpson when he came out at USC.
They weren't full-time athletes. They had jobs in the offseason back then.
Like I went back and watched some of his running.
OJ was sweet.
Dude, he could cut. Mm-hmm. Like he was doing things back then, like I'm telling you, like that players really weren't because you know how it is. A game develops, players get better and shiftier, but man, he was fast, dude. He was physical. He had bro. He could cut.
Who's the better running back? Peyton or OJ? Walter Payton or O.J. Simpson?
Probably Walter Payton because of the longevity that he had. He was in the league a lot longer, and he was a beast. He was a beast, man.
Payton was stupid good.
Yeah, he was. I think it's just OJ. I think OJ just had that. I think OJ just had that frame of time, that 5-year run.
5 year that just was
where he was dynamic. Yeah.
But,
he was just the guy.
But the 2 years before that and the 3 years after that 5-year run was nothing.
Yeah. But then, of course, people will say Jim Brown, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I understand, but
the all-time greatest running back.
Without a doubt, Barry Sanders. Without a doubt. There's no – let me tell you, man. And when growing up, I was always a Bills fan, obviously. Mm-hmm. But my favorite running back over Thurman Thomas was always Barry Sanders. I had to, bro. Like, I had to. Like, he was the only non-Bills player
Jason thinks
that I would – Tony Dorsett was a beast too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was the only player, Mikey, off the Bills that I was like, that's my favorite running back. You know what I mean? That's very rare of me. Like, you know, like to this date, you know what I mean? So he was dynamic. Unbelievable talent. By the way, he speaking of Barry Sanders, got like a report today. I guess he had like heart problems on Father's Day or something.
Heart health care.
Yeah. So thank God everything worked out for him.
Dorsett had 1,000 yards for 5 straight years coming in the league. Had a 700-yard one when we only played 9 games. Came back with 3 more 1,000-yard seasons before he started to fall off at age 32. That's crazy.
Yeah. By the way, rest in peace, Willie Mays. Passed away this week.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland. I know it's not sports related, but he passed away as well. Actor.
Yeah.
So got some people pass away this week. So that sucks. Yeah.
After this, go watch The Bean. Throating. Josh. They canceled Brandon in the Hood. It's crazy. What?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
What happened?
No idea. Like because we're confused on what you sent the comment.
Yeah. Brandon Bean said something about Josh Allen.
Yeah. I don't know. No idea. But yeah. So, anyways, repeat your comment so we can, because I don't understand what you're saying. But yeah. So OJ, Josh Allen, I think that's a great debate. I'm fine with the Rushmore as it sits right now, but it's definitely could be changed. 100%. But I understand why. I also understand your point of view as well.
Are they talking about the Tyler Dunn one-on-one with Brandon Bean? Because I haven't seen that.
Yeah, neither did I. I mean, it's good.
It's behind the paywall. That's why.
Okay.
But Tyler Dunn had a sit down with Brandon Bean. So
really?
What they're talking about. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It was like an hour-long sit down with them.
It's a video?
I don't know.
Like it's a video.
They said someone dropped it, so I'm gonna have to go look it up.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. Because I'll definitely.
Yeah. Jason comes in and says they haven't heard anything about Frank Gore Jr. yet.
I mean, he's on the roster. I mean, as of now,
you probably won't hear anything until camp. Like once the pads go on, that's what usually when you hear about running backs.
Yep.
All right, Tommy. So you've been trying to get to something this whole time.
Yeah. So that was like kind of like the build. So as I was looking for this, because I wanted to talk about the Mount Rushmore, I was looking up because I just wanted whatever. I just wanted to look it up, and this other article popped up. Not an article, but question: who is on the Mount Shushmore? I thought it was so funny.
Who should shut their mouth?
Right, of the Buffalo Bills. So on here, who they got, and by the way, these are people saying or whatever, like other people.
Yeah, people.
So here we go. So can you read that or no?
Yeah, Rex Ryan. Okay,
Rex Ryan.
I get behind Rex Ryan. I'm not sure he's number one, but Richie Incognito. Heard him interviewing his first spell here. Yeah, he came across as a jerk. Richie's a big jerk, but he's also
absolutely.
The guy you want.
But he was a tough SOB, bro. Yeah, take him in a bar anytime. In a bar fight anytime.
Percy Harvin, lots of personality. Yeah, Chris Kelsey, really.
Wow,
Kelsey surprised there. Was he a douche? Like I didn't even talk
don't know.
much.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know.
What about Kyle Orton? This guy says.
Oh God, I hate Kyle Orton. I hate
See,
Kyle
I
Orton.
didn't mind Uncle Kyle.
Doug Marone.
Oh, Doug Marone.
Willis McGahee. Yeah, Willis. You know,
I didn't mind him, but he hated Buffalo. That's a turn. I hated that.
Same with Beast Mode.
He didn't hate Buffalo so much as McGahee, though. He tried. Remember, he did that video where he went to like I don't know, like a video game place.
He said there was nothing for him to do.
There was nothing for him to do, which is probably true. It's not for everybody.
California, and then he went to Buffalo, New York.
Big difference, right?
He grew up in Oakland, went to Berkeley,
right?
Got drafted to Buffalo. You know,
right? Malarkey.
Oh.
What does it say? It says in a post-game presser near the end of his tenure, he said, "It took the sails out of our win. I knew then he was finished because when you start channeling Hank Bullough, you're through. The first quitter in Bills coaching history." Yeah.
Him and Doug Marone.
What about right here? Mike Williams, Aaron Maben.
The right tackle. The right tackle, Mike Williams.
Lossman, yeah. I don't know who Tom Cossinu is, unless you do. I don't know. Wow, Doug Flutie. See, I want to put Flutie here. Whoever. See,
I don't think he divided the locker room. I think our owner divided the locker room.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. It's like joke man. Like these are just. By the way, these are like just people posting. Bill's Mafia probably. But absolutely. Listen, Doug Flutie, for me, Mikey, at that time. Because Buffalo Bills football was not that good. He was the spark that team needed, man. He got us to the playoffs, and they screwed him by putting that sorry-ass Rob Johnson in there. And I thought Flutie, yes, he wasn't the greatest. You know, he was obviously short, but he was so much fun, dude. Like, when he was on the field, Mikey, it was so much fun. The team rallied around him like – they never rallied around Rob Johnson. Never.
Wait, are we talking about the conspiracy that Tommy?
I know, right? I could be. I'm definitely hybrid. But you notice one guy who keeps landing on this list? Doug Marone.
Doug Marone, yeah. Mike Williams, he landed on twice too. I wanted Bryant McKinney that year too. I did not want us to take Mike Williams. I thought he was overrated. Oh,
wow, this guy put Ralph Wilson. I totally disagree there, but okay. I mean, yeah, I don't. Ralph Wilson, Dick Jerkron.
Ralph Wilson was a a pioneer. He wasn't
absolutely. There would be no Bills team here. What do you? That guy's insane.
Owner at the end.
Yeah, at the end, I agree. But he was also way old and a little bit out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep. He wasn't great at the end. That's all.
Look at this, another Flutie.
That's a lot of them.
Buffalo boy says Flutie again.
Be a Raiders without Ralph Wilson. Ralph Wilson loaned Al Davis money, so
that's true. Yeah,
going.
Yep.
Sammy Watkins. God, yeah, Sammy Watkins should be on the.
But what's the Flutie hate? Like, I never knew.
People feel like
fans did not like Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
I used to call it chucking the ball into the dirt in front of the receiver. Flutie supplant Vince when the noodle of an arm. Wow, I am surprised. I honestly thought Bill's Mafia was with me as far as but I guess there is some people. This guy.
Nope. Oh God, Laylee. I think Kelvin Benjamin for the fact not so from what he said, but he's supposed to shush for keeping his mouth closed so he doesn't eat anymore.
Reggie Bush for the -1 yard.
Wow.
I totally forgot. Quitting at half.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace. Oh man, Rex Ryan. I mean, this is great. Marcel Darius. See, I don't know about that. Marcel was pretty good while I was here. He fell off a little bit, but I don't think he was a bum. Was he a bum?
After he got paid, he just didn't mix with McDermott. That's all.
Right, but I don't think he was a bum. Did you think he was a bum? I fucking hated Trent. Bro, I hated Trent Edwards. With a passion, bro. He is the damn worst.
Baby Nicks.
Buddy Nicks, bro. I forgot about him.
No, it should be. Who is the Russ Brandon? Should be on here.
Yes. Yeah, I agree too. Bad.
Talk about
Buddy Nix was bad too. He was here for like 2 years or a year or two. He was like a country guy. All right, y'all, we're gonna. He had like a really weird
Buddy was
voice.
fantastic back in the day, but he was not up on the time to be our GM.
Oh my god, bro! It's funny looking back. I told you guys tonight is just this is rambling, but some of these guys, like, I'm glad I'm looking through this because I forgot about some of these guys. But it is funny. You see a
Simon never showed up.
also stupid. EJ Manuel.
EJ Manuel's here's the thing about EJ Manuel. It wasn't EJ Manuel's fault. No, he didn't ask to be drafted 16 overall or get a clown show for a front office and coaching staff.
Billy Joe Hobart.
Ooh.
Xavier Rhodes.
I didn't have a problem with Troy Vincent.
I forgot about Xavier Rhodes.
Dante Whitner talked a lot of shit leaving. So did Stephon Gilmore when they left.
Yep. Calvin Benjamin. There's the first Benjamin signing for sure.
Oh, that's the second one I've seen.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, first I just Doug Marrone. Yes, we saw that a couple of Rex Ryan's been on here multiple times. Wow, someone put Marv Levy. Wow, this guy's just hating. He has to be Ethan in Cleveland.
Daryl Talley from Miss.
Wow, he's just mad. He's mad.
Scott Norwood.
He's just mad about it. And of course, Peterman, got him ruined my birthday in LA.
I cannot see Nathan Peterman's name without thinking of Rico yelling Peterman every time.
Yes. This guy, Peterman ruined this guy's birthday.
Oh,
sorry, buddy. Yeah, but man, anyways, I thought that was just kind of funny. But yeah, a lot
of people the wrong way. Yeah,
that's it for that.
Yeah.
So
Billy Joe didn't study the game and play, and he admitted it. Yeah. Oh god, there was some bad ones, man.
And I do got one more thing that I wanted to go through tonight. So because I was just curious. So the all-time record holders for the Bills. Pretty cool. Just kind of go through. So can you read that or no? Should we put a bigger
Andre Reed?
Andre Reed, yep.
Yep.
Let me see if I can let me see here. I forgot. Okay. So right there. Andre Reed,
he is leader in the regular season games with 221.
Yep.
His 15 season plays in most in team history. His 87 touchdowns as a Bill are tied for the most in team history with Thurman Thomas. His 86 receiving touchdowns in most in team history. His 1,390 receiving yards most in team history. His 36 games with at least 100 yards in the most in team history. Holds the franchise record for the most catches in a game with 15.
Damn. I wonder if that's been broken. Probably not. Right?
Per touch in team history with 13.4.
It can't be broken. This is actually on the Bills website. So these records are current.
Yes.
So just a heads up. So, all right, next up is Bruce.
Oh, yeah. He's the greatest Buffalo Bill of all time.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yep, enough said. So,
I mean, really, it's enough said. Really, he's just like the greatest Bill of all time.
We know. So we'll go to the next. Mario Williams, most sacks in a single game in franchise history, 4.5. Yeah. Which, I mean, God, you think it would have been broken. I mean, it's good, but
4.5 is rough in a game. 4.5 in a game is a lot.
No, I get it, but it's been a long time. Like somebody would have somewhat gotten 5, maybe. I get it. You're right.
With 6.5 in a whole season in 17 games, he got 4.5.
Well, well, that's true. One game, because who had the most in one game was Derek Thomas at 8, right?
7, I think.
Was it 7?
It's
7. Unbelievable. But didn't somebody had 6 recently? Like a year or two ago? I could swear somebody did. Somebody came really close to his record. Really close. I think it was wasn't it the guy God, what's the name? Plays for the Chargers now. Mack. Wasn't it Mack?
Khalil Mack had 6.
6.
Last year.
Okay.
6 last year.
Yeah. Okay. But it was
it's 7. Yeah. Derek Thomas had 7 against the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And November 11th, 1990.
So I guess so. What's Mario rank on the all? Are you looking at a list right now of like?
No.
Okay, I'm curious where that 4.5 because I'm sure a lot of players have gotten that.
Yes, I'm looking at a list now. Derek Thomas, Khalil Mack, Adrian Claiborne. Remember Claiborne?
God, yeah, I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, Claiborne. Let's see, O.C. Umenyiora. Derek Thomas
Again.
and all these guys have 6. So Matt, Claiborne,
See, a
OC,
lot.
Thomas, Fred Dean all have 6. Alden
Okay.
Smith, Bill Gay have 5.5. Chandler Jones, Hassan Reddick, Cleo Mack, Antoine Odom, Vinny Holiday, Chuck Smith, Gary Jeter, Leslie O'Neill, Jim Jeffcoat, Randy Holloway, Howie
So
Long all have 5. Most
Damn.
Miles Garrett has 4.5 also.
It's you're right. That is tough. That is tough to get there.
Yeah.
You got to be dialed in. In
You gotta
the
get
zone.
lucky. You have some other guys
In
pushing
the
back to you.
zone. Yeah. And I'm talking about you're just using, abusing their guy.
Bruce David on the Bills Rushmore, only guy who ever won anything. Right?
Nate Odom.
Nate Odom, yep. For the most fumble returns for a touchdown in history with 2.
Okay. All right. Thurman Thomas.
God. We just went through his
Yeah,
stats.
16,000. Yeah. He has the most 1,000-yard rushing seasons in team
Most
history with
100-yard
8.
rushing games, most rushing touchdowns in a franchise history, the most 1,000-yard seasons, the most rushing yards in franchise history.
He was that dude.
He's also
He
the
was that
only.
dude.
I think he's one of 2 running backs in Buffalo Bills history to have an MVP season.
Mm-hmm. There's Steve Christie.
Yeah. Wish we had him the year that Norwood missed. He wouldn't have missed. All-time franchise leader in regular season with 1,001 points.
Mm-hmm.
All-time franchise leader in field goals with 234. Most points in a single season with 140 in 1998.
Wow. So he still holds that record for us in most points. There's Jim Kelly.
All-time leader in franchise history with 35,000 yards passing. All-time with 237 yards, 237 passing touchdowns.
All right. Oh, Drew Bledsoe's on.
But he doesn't
Bledsoe
hold any
made
of the single season ones anymore because Josh Allen does.
All right. Bledsoe.
Bledsoe. His 4,300 and passing yards in the season is the most. Josh hasn't had more than 4,300?
I don't know.
Oh, because of his rushing yards, he always pushes them over. So
okay.
His 375 completions in the same season, also most in team history.
Damn. Yeah, I told you that year, that 2002 team, that offense was dynamic, bro.
Yeah,
that was it. Like, we should have gotten the playoffs there.
Yeah.
McGee, man. God, he was so good, bro.
I loved him.
So good.
He's all-time special teamer for the Bills.
Yeah.
Kick returns and punt returns. No, just kick returns. No, not punt returns. He's just kick returns.
He holds what does it say? All-time franchise
return yards and 5 kick returns for touchdowns. And the longest in team history with 104 yards.
Damn, 104. See, I didn't even know that.
In the back of the end zone.
That's wild, bro.
105 is the most you can get, I think.
And Mormon, they're just showing a picture of him.
He holds all the punting records.
Right.
For like a million years.
Hey, Roscoe made the list.
He's a punt return.
Right. Roscoe from the U.
Yeah.
Man. 3 punt returns tied with Leotis. He's tied with Leotis. So y'all, I know y'all hate on him, but he's on the list too.
He's also the most crucial fumble guy ever.
Yes, he was. Absolutely. So that was just the breakdown of some of the pretty cool stats of some of the guys. And who's not on that list? Then should be Eric Moulds. He has the NFL record, playoff record of 240 yards in one game, which is crazy. It's been a long time. Nobody's beaten that since 2000. I think that was 2000 against the Dolphins. 240. It's been 23 years. Nobody's still in top that playoff record. You would think, right? By now, like a player, but I mean it's a lot of yards. I mean, you got to be on fire to get that, right? Like, I wonder who came the closest to beating that 240 in a single game, in a playoff game. There has to be a receiver that came close to beating Moulds.
I don't know.
I'm sure there is.
Lee Evans was close one. He had multiple 80-yard touchdown catches
in a playoff game.
Not in a playoff game.
No,
Lee Evans dropped them in the playoff games. Remember? Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis had 200 and something.
You're right. So he probably was close, but not on a record.
4 touchdowns.
Yep. Wild, man. Wow. We had some. Let me tell you, man. We had talent come through here.
65 on the all-time passing yards list right now. Josh Allen's number 97.
Damn. Yeah, but he has one more year on him, right? Or no?
Well, not really, because he didn't play much his rookie year.
You're right. You're right. He didn't. No, his
But
rookie year he sat, right? Sat
But
behind Alex
Josh,
Smith.
yeah,
You're
but Josh
right.
had a really bad rookie year, and Patrick Mahomes
did.
won the MVP
Right.
and had like a 5,000-yard season.
He also was surrounded with a really good cast.
Yes, he walked into a playoff team.
Correct. So it was a big difference of big. That's
Aaron
like
Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers, right? Taking over Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Even
a playoff team. Won
even
a
the guy with the
Super Bowl.
cold. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Matt Stafford's number 11 all time.
Yeah, dude, when he was with Detroit, that's all he did was. I mean, that's still what he does. But when and you got to remember too, he had
no one talks about Matt as one of the elite passers.
Yeah, you know, down here they always want to say it was all because it was what's his name, Megatron had. You know, I'm like, dude,
just like everyone gave Diggs credit for Josh.
Right, it's ridiculous.
Outside of Buffalo.
Right. But whatever, they want to believe what they want to believe.
TDs did Gabe have against Kansas City 4? Yeah, he had 4 in that game.
That was a crazy game. That's when everybody, including myself, thought that following season Gabe was going to break out because that was his coming out party.
But also, we never got a legit third option after that season. Because that season we had Cole.
No, you're
we
right.
Had Gabe. We had Emmanuel Sanders. We had Diggs.
Yep.
Like that season, we had 4 elite receivers. And since then, it's been 1.
No, I agree. And
I think that's where Bean has failed Josh the most. They keep putting all their money into the defense and not giving Josh better skill players around him.
Yep. Yeah, and I think they realized that.
Why they didn't do it this offseason?
I almost felt like they realized that the year before when they went and got Cole Beasley back and John Brown. But yet he didn't make any. He went on in the offseason, got Trent Sherfield, which I thought was going to do better, I'll be honest with you. And Hardy, who I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I thought both those guys could have contributed better. I thought, Mikey, if you go back and listen to our podcast in the offseason, which we won't, but if you do, last year when we signed those guys, we were kind of up for it. It wasn't like we were going, terrible signings. Trent Sherfield's garbage.
Thought our coaches would know how to use them. And when they had their opportunity, they would make the plays, and they just didn't.
You're absolutely right. Like, I honestly thought going into that season with Ken Dorsey at that time, I'm like, oh man, here we go. We got the replacement for McKenzie, who's a better replacement with Hardy, who's had a good season with New Orleans, and then Sherfield, who had a good season with Miami. I'm thinking, damn, they're gonna look at this, and they're gonna, use these guys' abilities, and did nothing. They did nothing, and I think by the time Brady took over, it was just too late. It was too late to really implement those guys into the offense, man. I'll be honest, and who knows if they were even. Because they weren't being used right, they weren't ready when the time came. If they did get a time, Shakir too. Look how long it took Shakir to really get involved in the offense last year. I mean, it took until Joe Brady really stepped in, right? So, So I guess my point is, did Bean really make a mistake in what he did last year by signing Sherfield and Hardy, or was it the coordinators failed?
No, I think he made a mistake. He didn't go out and get legitimate,
spend a little bit more.
They went out and
draft.
And that year that we went to the 13 seconds, he went out and signed Emmanuel Sanders. He had, he went out and signed a legit wide receiver 2-3, and they already had Cole Beasley in the slot. They had Stephon, and then they let Gabe, work his way in. After that, he never put any more money back into that. Everything was bargain bin signings.
Or even draft, right? I mean, we didn't really even pay attention to the draft either.
Like, we drafted Shakir, like everything was on day 3.
Yeah.
Everything,
so maybe, I guess I can
zero effort into the wide receiver room for years now.
I could buy into
everything's
that.
On the defense. Drummond wants all the stuff on the defense. Like, he puts a shit ton of capital in running back. He put three straight drafts, 3 day 2 picks in the backfield, but didn't do it at wide receiver.
So what do you think? I mean, I know it's too early because we don't know yet what this, wide receiver room is going to be like. But what do you think now? Like, what do you feel now?
Right now, I am more skeptical now than I have been in the the past. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of Shakir. It's going to be a lot of, Kincaid and Knox and dumping the ball in the backfield. I think all the other guys are going to just come along slowly but surely.
And Keon Coleman, you feel still going to be...
I think he's going to start slow and he's going to finish strong. Dude's got crazy good hands, man. The dude doesn't drop balls.
He does. And
Josh will find a way to get him those. I think he'll have a bigger... He may not have these super high ceiling like I thought he was going to his rookie year, but I have a feeling he's going to have a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's where I was at. Like, that's why I was saying, like...
I still think he's in between 700 and 900. Because I have a feeling I don't know if he's going to start right away. I have a feeling at some point, if we hit on Claypool, if he actually hits and goes back to the Pittsburgh Claypool, it could be a much different. But if it doesn't,
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think
there's going to be a lot of dump downs underneath stuff because I don't even know what they're going to do with Samuel. He's going to be more of a weapon than just a receiver.
Yeah. I think he's going to be just our gadget guy that's pretty much doing a little bit of everything.
He's going to be just a weapon. They're going to use him in the backfield.
Absolutely. He's going to be a gadget guy that's like a Swiss Army knife. You're not going to. I don't think defenses are going to know really don't know how to game plan for him. But I don't know. Like, they're not going to really. I think Joe Brady's going to mix it up with him from like just where. You don't know if he's going to line up in the backfield or slot. I think they're going to mix it up throughout the season for defenses to double guess, what this offense is going to do from week in, week out. Because, like you said earlier, like I don't think there's going to be a guy, except for maybe Kincaid, that's going to just be every week is going to be that dude.
Kincaid, and I think Shakir is going to be your, he'll get you 5 for 60 every week. Yeah. Everyone else is going to be like game by game. I think it's going to be Kincaid's going to probably have like 8 for 70. Shakir's going to have like 5 for 60, and those guys are going to be every week. That you're going to get those 11.
Yeah, you might get one guy get 80.
Yep, and then the other
you have 20
each week.
Exactly. Unless, like I said, though, you know what, too, though. I'll be honest with you. I think it all depends on Josh too. I think it depends on Josh and him getting comfortable with his receivers and who he trusts the most. Because if Claypool's making plays early on, let's say, I'll just throw it like anybody, let's say whatever, Shakir, let's say. If Shakir is making plays and he is just reliable right, like he's been, but if Josh gets that connection with him, then maybe Shakir does have that 1,000-yard season. But let's say Claypool steps up and he really trusts Claypool. Okay, Claypool could have not a monster, but he could have like his rookie year. He could have 800 yards. It just depends. But if that trust isn't there, if he's dropping pass or he's not running the right route or the miscommunication's not there like it was with Gabe last year, and he's trying to force it to Claypool just to kind of get him.
I don't know if we're going to have as many option routes as we had last year and the thing this year. I have a feeling they're going to go away from a lot of these option routes. Because
I think it's gonna. Yeah, I agree too. I think it's gonna. I just
bunch of brand new guys, a bunch of option routes. Yeah. I don't see it.
But you think? Okay.
Says, I thought Bean would take Leggett at 32. Still kind of wish he had. I had issues with Leggett as well, though. Leggett was a late bloomer. Had a 1-year production. He was big and fast and fun in the combine. He was a workout warrior. I don't know what he had a really high ceiling, but he had a really low floor.
Yeah, I agree. I think they took Coleman. I mean, my biggest thing on why they took Coleman was we had a big problem with drops over the last 3 seasons. We were one of the worst in the league. And yeah, and not only that, we needed to get bigger, and we did. It's crazy. Like I said to Mikey like 2 weeks ago, boy, I was yelling for it. And man, Brandon Bean has took a way different approach on the wide receivers, like what he wants from this team.
Went away from that little tiny guys and went.
He went away. Big. Boy, we got one small guy. Like that's it. Like Hamler. Like because Curtis Samuel's not that short. Like and other than that, Shakir's 6 foot. 6'1" or something like that. So we got a bunch of 6'4" guys. It's almost like the game plan, like you said, is to get physical and get these game more red zone threats and run the ball more.
I think we're gonna throw a lot more bubble screens
and
tunnel
screens, yeah, and just like
short stuff,
kind of like bulldoze teams.
Yeah, guys that out there blocking, almost like what we did against the Cowboys, where we ran all the time. You want to be able to do that, and then also throw it out to the wide receivers and let those big dudes just get out there,
just be nasty, and like
physical.
Yeah, bro. So like, I'm good with it. We'll see if it works.
Right.
Like we got to see if it works, but like I like the approach. I'll be honest, I like the approach because that's small. Like the small guys. Like I mean, obviously, I'm not saying all small receivers are bad or whatever. Like Stephon Diggs, I think was like he wasn't small, but what was Stephon Diggs, like 6 foot, maybe 5'10", 6 foot. But he never was a big yards after catch guy. Like he wasn't physical. Yeah, he most of the time he would just get the ball and dive down. Same with Cole Beasley. We needed that. Like we needed these guys to get physical, red zone threat. Like we needed that. Gabe Davis probably was our most, I would say,
and he
most
wasn't physical. Like he never did jump balls.
No, he got worse. He got worse at the end too.
Yeah,
with that, he did. It's almost like he just did not want to engage in that. I don't know
maybe
why.
It was an ankle thing because maybe he hurt his ankle doing that one time and he just stopped doing it. But when Josh gave him 50-50 opportunities, like Steph had a ball taken from him in a 50-50 opportunity twice. Gabe had multiple. He falls down all the time on 50-50 balls. Guys that we have now on the roster are 50-50 guys.
Yep. You know what, too, though? And I mean, think about this, but like when Josh Allen takes off and runs, now you got big like receivers, big blockers downfield, blocking. Yeah, exactly. Like because Stephon Diggs wasn't the greatest blocker, right?
No,
like
but you can throw a bubble to Shakir. You can throw a bubble to Samuel.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, anybody. Yeah,
Claypool, and let them go with Hollins and I mean, even Coleman. Coleman's great after the catch. He's not super. Absolutely. He's not a blazer, but he's elusive.
He has some speed to him. Yeah, he's not. He's not super fast, but he definitely can take it to the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not slow by any means.
You have more physical receivers now than you had in the past. Now I'm all for a different approach because what we had wasn't working. Wasn't getting us over the hump.
Yeah, it worked. Okay, so I don't know. Okay,
regular season.
It worked until it didn't. Like it worked. It got us as far as it could. How about that? Yeah. Is that safe to say? Yeah. It got us as far as it could go.
It would get us
into and it was time to change the approach.
It would get us to the best teams, and then we would get bullied by the best teams.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Cincinnati and Kansas City has bullied us the last 3 years.
Yeah, I felt like our defensive line, same thing too. By the way,
we also got bigger on the defensive line this year.
Exactly. Like we got to start playing like more. We got to start getting more physical, bigger guys.
Also,
and I think maybe that was the approach.
Don't invest draft picks in very often.
Right.
He did this year finally.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think maybe the approach is different, and he changed some coaches along the way too. Brought in different. So
brand new coaches, love it.
Yeah. So I don't hate it. Like I don't hate this offseason at all. If it works out, of course, right? Like we'll be talking, we'll see. But I like what I see so far. I like the additions. Yes, they're not like wow, like nothing is like like a Joey Bosa trade, right? But I think we have a good complete roster right now and a lot of depth, and I don't think, and also too we got younger, right? Like we were an aging team, bro. Like. A lot of those guys that like people are like, oh, you guys lost this guy and this guy, bro. Mitch, like, say what you want, but Mitch Morse only has a year or two left, maybe. Jordan Poyer has probably a year or two. I'm just saying, but he's getting up to that age. Concussions, Poyer's already injuries every season with Poyer. Micah Hyde is probably going to retire. We'll see.
Trey hasn't played in multiple years.
Trey White can't. Yeah, I feel bad for the dude, but it is what it is. And when you suffer those injuries, when you're aging, it's tough to get back.
Losing Gabe and Steph were the two that really hurt probably the most.
Yes, and I don't think Gabe is that like, and I like Gabe, but Gabe,
I wish him well in Jacksonville.
Exactly, I think Keon Coleman can be a better player.
Gabe. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, here, Roy, I don't think the season's riding on Claypool to be good. I really don't. I think he's wide receiver 5, 6. Like, I really don't think if he works out great. If he doesn't, it's not. I don't think it's a big loss for the Bills.
It's not.
Like this season, like last year, we were banking on Sherfield and Hardy to be good.
Yeah.
I don't think we are this year. I think we have enough players in there with Samuel and Shakir and Kincaid and Knox and, you know, the running backs, and Hollins is a decent wide receiver. You know, I think we have enough to where and I think Coleman's going to be good. So that's 4 wide receivers that, you know, I think we're not banking on just him being good. If he worked out great, he's a lottery ticket is what.
Exactly. Like Sherfield had to stay on the team. Like we needed, like there was no doubt he was going to make the team because we had nobody else really. Andy is the Bella. You know what I mean? Like, so
we were so depleted at wide receiver.
Right. So Claypool, and like I've been saying, even though I'm high on him, I think he'll make the 53. I think he'll impress. I think he'll have a better season than what a lot of the haters or whatever that are outside of Buffalo are laughing at that Claypool. I think Claypool, I think he's going to find his way. I think he's going to have a good season. This is just my opinion. And if he doesn't, and he doesn't make the team, like Mikey said, who cares? What?
This is also the best quarterback he's played.
Doesn't matter. Right. But exactly. And that goes, by the way, to Curtis Samuel as well. Okay.
Yep.
We don't know what Curtis Samuel really, his full potential. We have no idea. I think he's done very well for the quarterback set. And by the way, it's kind of like, now, is he, he's not an Eric Moulds who had shitty quarterbacks and was really damn good, but he's had pretty good yards, right? Like I think Curtis Samuel can be better than what he's shown with a Josh Allen at quarterback. I think Chase Claypool, when he had a good quarterback who was aging, not as good as he once was in Ben Roethlisberger, but still had his best years. Had his best years with an aging quarterback who was not what he once was, and he still was think about it, right? Ben Roethlisberger, a Super Bowl quarterback, trusted Chase Claypool as a rookie and threw to him a shit ton as a rookie. So what does that tell you? I'm just throwing that out there. So Claypool's not bad. It's just he's got a little selfish. We'll see. Like I said, I think it all depends on how that chemistry is with him and Josh.
You know what's crazy? MVS has played with Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and now Josh Allen. Talk about having
luck, right?
A dream lineup for quarterbacks.
Right.
He's never played with anybody that's been bad.
I like him, but I like him for the playoffs.
I like him.
He steps up in playoffs moments.
Yeah, I want him to stretch the field. I don't need him to be the.
His drop percentage is so bad though. He is butterfingers, but he does step up in the playoffs.
He's locked in.
He's like Gabe Davis. Yeah, he's locked in. For some odd reason, that guy plays well in the playoffs. So
clutch.
Maybe
he plays the best in the biggest games.
Right, exactly. So and that's that's the thing that we haven't had,
right? Because all our guys drop the ball in the biggest games. He's the guy that catches
except for Gabe. Gabe did have good game. Obviously, I thought the playoff Gabe. That's his nickname for a reason, by the way. So.
Big game Gabe. Yeah, he would disappear in other games, but in big games he showed up.
Yeah, it was weird, so odd.
So.
Yep. The only consistent guy's really been Josh Allen. He's had probably one bad game in the playoffs, and that was against the Bengals, in my opinion.
And I'm not
I thought the Chiefs game was okay.
Him. I just thought it was
the Houston game was sloppy, but that's because it was his second year.
Also, Josh had a lead, and the defense gave it away.
Absolutely, but he also didn't help process. No. He had a bad second half. I will say though that play that everyone's like, that's so stupid. It was the Dawson Knox.
Yeah, if he gets it to him, he's running.
He's gone.
Travis Kelce has done that same play and threw it over his head. Absolutely. And has rolled out of bounds too.
If that play worked, people would have been saying, "Oh my God, what an unbelievable, what a talent that Josh Allen is! What a crazy guy!" But boy, that was unbelievable.
And you're not wrong.
Did not work.
You're not wrong.
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, hour and 30 minutes. I told you guys today's show's about nothing. We
We talk about everything and nothing all at the same time.
Nothing. But hey, you guys stuck around for this mess of a show, so we appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Tuesday will be Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast. By the way, they're going at 7 o'clock from now on, so 7 p.m. instead of 7:30. So if you guys watch wrestling, tune in Tuesdays. Wednesday, I believe Mafia Talk will be back at 10 o'clock, or maybe 9. I'm not sure. Either way, just put the notification bell on. But they'll be back, and I think Sean is still filling in for Big Cuz, who's out still. So shout out to Big Cuz. Hope you get better soon. And then Thursday, every Thursday at 1, Tommy's Lunch Break Podcast.
It's still going to be uncensored.
Still uncensored, man. By the way, so I had to fight YouTube because they yellowed me, which means like Google said, we don't like your content because of the whatever I said. I fought it and I won. So,
did you use your alien magic?
I did. I used my alien magic to defeat
You had
YouTube.
retractable antennas under your hat.
I do. I'm about to fly in my spaceship out of here. So,
That's why he
anyways,
doesn't want you to see his eyes. Why he wears glasses.
That's right. Thursdays at 1. Tune in, man, because that's a brand new show, Lunch Break Podcast. It's fun. It's a bit of everything. So if you just want to, whatever, join the show. And Friday we'll be back. Friday Night Lights at 9 o'clock.
It's
life. Dude, I talk about everything.
Whatever is on Tommy's
I
brain.
will say Scott didn't like it. Scott came in and was like, I'm out of here. And I'm like, hey, yeah, that's all good, man. So Miles Connor, man, you're too late. But yeah, man. So anyways, guys, we're out of here. Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. We're out. Peace.
Go Bills.
Peace. Go Bills.
And look at it go! He could go all the way! Touchdown!
Okay.
One more for the good guys.